Did you see the state of that volley? Johnny, I gotta say that I'm sorry. Last week I said that you make me sick to my stomach. Please accept my apology. Vincent Company must be fuming, furious like the husband of Holly. If I was a Burnley fan, that will burn me like I'm burning in the heat when it's sunny. Did you see the state of that volley? Johnny, I gotta say that I'm sorry. Last week I said that you make me sick to my stomach. Please accept my apology. Vincent Company must be fuming, furious like the husband of Holly. If I was a Burnley fan, that will burn me like I'm burning in the heat when it's sunny. What? Yo, this is the OT99 Banter Room where opinions are shared and smoke gets served. Look, we're back again with another show. It's your boy Therms, and finally, Manchester United has got 3 points away from home. Look, this is crazy. The last time Manchester United got 3 points away from home was back in May against Bournemouth. And that was a 1-0 Casemiro early goal in the first half. And we just grinded out that game. And today was deja vu. We grinded out that Burnley game, man. Got the 1 goal. To be fair, it should have been 2 goals, man. Johnny Evans. Where should I start? It can only be with Johnny Evans. Look, I ain't gonna lie. I was greasing Johnny Evans like last week. I was saying, you know, this guy, him and Lindelof, make me sick to my stomach. I can't stand the sight of these two starting. Bro, I ate my words because, bruv, Johnny Evans today put in a man of the match performance. Bro, let's not forget my man got a goal ruled out as well. And to be fair, yeah, I don't get this VAR thing because they're saying how Rasmus Højlund was blocking the eye line of the goalkeeper, the Burnley goalkeeper, and you know he got in the way of a perfectly good header, by the way. Like Johnny Evans, it was your standard like goal that you want your defenders to score. Do you understand? Like scoring from a set piece is rare for Manchester United fans to celebrate. So when we saw that goal, and we're just like, oh, this is amazing. Like, when is the last time we scored from a corner? Do you understand? We don't do it too often. If we have done it recently, we ain't doing it too often. So when I saw that, I was just like, oh, this is amazing, because goals are few and far between with Man United these days. And it's just like, look, we make it very difficult to score goals. So when we score a goal like that, nasty like that, it's sad to see VAR take it away. And I ain't gonna lie, like, how many times did we see that happen to David De Gea at Manchester United's career? People target David De Gea specifically, stand in front of him, 2, 3, 4 men surround him, and then the next man will go and header it in the goal. And next minute, like, what is the difference? I just don't understand VAR. I really don't understand it, because that should have been a clear goal, and basically that second goal should have just been dead and buried. Do you understand? But we're lucky, you know, we really are, because there was that chance on Burnley got in. You know, I think Ramsey slipped in a ball to another guy, don't know his name. He hit the post and it bounced away. Look, we're lucky, bro, because if they scored, Burnley scored, it could have been a different story, man. It could have been a different story. It would have been stress, man. It would have been one of those games. And Man United couldn't afford to drop any points, man. No more points, especially against Burnley, who's conceding goals like anything, bro. Like, we needed this W. But look, Johnny Evans, man, that pass, who knew that Johnny Evans had that in his locker? Who knew, bro? The composure, the timing, the finesse, you know, the weight, the vision. Johnny Evans got all of that rolled up into one with that moment. Look, that was the moment of all moments. That's that Moments FC, moments of all moments, for Johnny Evans to make that pass. And Bruno Fernandes, the tech of Bruno Fernandes, bro, that was like Robin Van Persie in his prime. As soon as that went in, I said that is RVP-esque. And that's exactly what it, remember that one? I can't remember that pass. I got floated into RVP, bro. Everyone was shocked. He took it first time on the body, boom, smashed it in the top corner. That's how this goal was like. It was just tech from Bruno. Kept his eye on the ball, laced it, perfectly weighted, perfect strength. Burnley keeper had no chance, man. And you know what? Bruno even gave like a tamed type of reaction after that. It was just like, Yeah, he done his normal celebration or whatever, like, but he was, I don't know, it made me feel like, is he really happy? What's going on behind the scenes? I know there's rambling and noise, but do you know what I mean? On the pitch, I would like to see that togetherness. And I see Delo, like, when we made a save or challenge, in our box, like he'll go around and slap keepers' hands and all of that stuff. But do you remember when we first started the season last season and everyone was roaring, you get me chest pumping and all that stuff? I want that back. We need that, man, because there's too much negativity surrounding this club these days, man. It's one thing or another on the pitch or off the pitch. And right now, Man United players need to be more together than ever. And I'm just glad that we got the 3 points, because that will go a long way in building that morale, building that bond, that unity, that spirit, that positive energy that we need. Because a lot of this with Manchester United is mentality. It's mental. We saw it last season where we kept an almost perfect home record. And I think it was only Brighton that messed that up in terms of giving us our L. Away form, terrible. And this season, I don't even know what's going on. Home, away, get me? Like, we've already lost against Tottenham away. We lost against Arsenal away. We lost against Bayern away. We're just losing. You know what I mean? And we picked up the scrape with Wolves at home and stuff. Obviously today at home. Our form, I don't know. Like, obviously at home's not a fortress anymore because we caught that L. But I just want our season to pick up from here. Do you understand? I really want our season to pick up from here, because at the minute, right about now, like it's iffy. But that was a big 3 points, man, and a clean sheet for Onana. If Onana getting all of that stick, and this is the thing about Man United, yeah. There was that story that came out in the Daily Mail or something like that about it was some breaking news. They actually produced an article about Onana dropping his keys. Oh no, he's dropped his keys. I like that bantering him because of his butterfingers, whatever like that. Look, the shirt weighs heavy on these Manchester United players. When you're talking about Man United, yeah, you've got all the pundits that are just ex-Man United players or rivals. You've got Carragher is a rival Liverpool, Micah Richards a rival City. Then you've got, well, they're not rivals anymore, obviously, but you know what I mean though. It's like, then you got Gary Neville, you got Scholes, you got Hargreaves, you got Ferdinand, you got all the man them like that. Get me, legends and all. But everyone is talking about Manchester United. Manchester United, good or bad, whether they're complimenting or not, whether they're talking about the Glazers or not, Manchester United is on the tip of everyone's tongues. And at the minute, it's just the focus. It's a microscope focus right about now. Do you understand? Everyone is looking at Manchester United. And when things like that with Onana dropping his key, when did that become an article-worthy story? You understand? And that's just the pressure that you get when you're playing for Manchester United. Certain people can manage it, certain people can't. So it's one of them ones. But you know what? I'm glad for Onana, man. Hopefully it'll come out, do him a whole world of good. He seems like a confident guy anyway. Obviously, he doesn't shy away from taking responsibility. When he fumbled the bag against who did he fumble the bag against? When he let that go slip in our last game. Wow, am I forgetting this? The last game that we had. That near post. Fumble the bag. Oh, sorry. Bayern Munich. Sane. He came out, apologized. He apologized to the teammates and everyone like that, and he kept it pushing. Do you understand? So I'm happy for him, man. Hannibal, man. You know what I mean? He came in. He got his nice little debut. I think it was full. I mean, I liked his performance. Hannibal. He has a lot of energy. I think Erik ten Hag was obviously looking for that energy. And he did just that. Do you know what I mean? I feel like he's a young player. He's still got a lot to learn in terms of decision making. But there's a lot of senior players that, has got stuff to learn with decision making. Like Rashford, for example, that final pass. We saw Rasmus Højlund slightly undercook a final pass as well where we were in. So, it's, we just see it. We saw it with Rashford as well, like too often now. He'll run at players, run into traffic, doesn't look up, you know what I mean? And he could pick out a bit of pass, he'll rather go be a bit greedy and stuff and selfish, and then he loses the ball, he just hits it to side net or whatever. So do you know what? Like Hannibal, shout out to him, man. Hopefully he gets more minutes under his belt, man. He deserves it. He's been knocking on our door for a while. He's been knocking on our door. Look, Reguilon as well. I'm worried, because like obviously he's injured. He came off. We brought on Amrabat. Shout out to Amrabat. You know what I mean? He got his first few minutes wearing a shirt. You know what I mean? Hopefully we're playing him next time in our next game against, is it Palace or whatever, where he needs to be, which is in the center of the center of the pitch. You know what I mean? As a DM or number 8 or whatever you call it. That's where we want to see him. Do you understand? He's not comfortable left back, but it is what it is. You know what? It's just scary though, because Reguilon, he's been one of our bright stars actually, going forward, even defensively, surprisingly enough. It's sad to see him come off injured, man, and I just hope that it's not no long-term injury type thing again, because when players get injured at Man United, they just seem to vanish into the thin air. But I just hope that ain't the case with Reguilon, because we've got Malacia, who's unknown date return is, no one knows, and then obviously Luke Shaw as well is out. And where you've got how are you going to have 3 centre-backs out? Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. So, look, I'm hoping a speedy recovery for him, man. Getting that ice bath, Reguilon, man. Just get back to full fitness, because we need you. And do you understand? We need you. Dalot as well, man. He had a decent game. I was worried as well when he caught that yellow card early on in the game against, what's his name? Colioso, whatever his name is. Look, he's a really good player, man. He's a really good player, man. He was giving our fullbacks stress. He's a nightmare, man. He's a good dribbler of the ball. He's forward thinking. He's direct. Do you know what I mean? He likes to take players on, like nutmegs galore. Like he was having a game. You understand? He was stressing us out. And I'm glad, to be fair, when he switched flanks and he went on to Reguilon's side, because I thought that it would target Dalot and potentially get him sent off. But do you know what I mean? He kind of fizzled out in the game, and then he got subbed off later on. So, but he's a good gem, man. I'm sure, like, if he continues in that vein of form, man, it won't be too long before, big clubs are knocking on the door, man, trying to scoop him up. So, look, shout out to him. But Dalot as well, man. Like I say, Dalot had a decent game. I remember at one point where he put in this wicked cross, man. Drilled perfect cross, man. I was just like, look, it deserved to get tapped in the net, man. And Rasmus Højlund was like a meter, like a little, not a centimeter away from getting his feet to that, man, to tap it in. I think maybe even like he took his eye off the ball for a split second and it just rolled past him. But I like to see that Rasmus Højlund was there or thereabouts in the box. And I'm hoping when more crosses come in like that, Rasmus Højlund will be there to put the ball away. Do you understand? But shout out to Dalot for all that, man. That was decent, man. And do you know what? Yeah. I just want to finish off on Bruno, like, as well, like, because he remembers that in that game when Bruno kind of adjusted his body mad. The ball was in the air, and then he stood up the defender, and then he did some mad like flick. I was just like, look, only Bruno would do something like that, If that ball went in, that would have been one of them goals of the month or something like that. It's a mad one. I need to watch that back, what he did. I just didn't expect him to do something like that. Do you know what I mean? But Bruno on his day, man, he can be class, like you say. Like, he's one of those guys who give away the ball, does what he does. Do you know what I mean? He may be out of the game. Like, I was watching the game thinking, look, he's not even in it. It's not looking good. First half was terrible, man. The team looked lethargic. They were static. Like, we had Onana taking 5 minutes on a ball at every given moment in the first half. And he was just there thinking, like, look, where's the movement? Who am I going to pass to? What's the point of having me here when you, man, ain't creating passing lanes, creating angles, like, to take advantage of my biggest asset for you guys? Do you understand? And I saw many times that Johnny Evans was, like, telling Scott McTominay, like, like, make movements, like, come deeper so he can pass the ball to you. You get me? But it looked like Scott McTominay weren't on it. He wasn't trying to make himself available, you know what I mean, as much. So that's where you got your guys like Amrabat. Hopefully, if he comes in, he'll be looking for that ball, helping us drive forward. That's where your De Jongs, dare I say his name, will do stuff like that. But yeah, man, we just look very static, man. I want us to be able to pass, move, you know what I mean? Like 1 second, 2 seconds max on a ball, man. Pass, give and go, man. Create angles, create lanes, man. And we ain't doing that. It's like you just pass it and everyone's static, looking around for the next person, passing. Like, Burnley's just gonna, getting back into shape. That you're not forcing change. You're not forcing disruption with the way that we was playing, man. It was such a stressful and boring game, man. And you don't win games like that. You don't win games like that, man. You've got to disrupt the formation, the structure of your opposition by playing quick tempo, faster speed, one touch football, give and go. Do you understand? And then the second half we improved slightly better, but it says it all when Burnley, no disrespect, I've got like at times most of the possession, more passes completed than us. Do you know what I mean? It says a lot, man. Like Burnley, bro. But anyway, my man of the match, you know what? when you score a goal like that, yeah, with Bruno Fernandes, you have to give him a serious honourable mention, like, because you don't. It's an honourable way to win the game. You understand? You don't see goals like that too often. I'm sure it's gonna be up there as one of the contenders of goal of the month, but you know, I have to give it Bruno Fernandes and Johnny Evans, man, because that pass for that goal, and also Johnny Evans, man, at his age, 35, 36 or whatever he is, he gave a solid account of himself. Do you know what I mean? He was fully active, fully involved, man, and I rate him, man. But guys, that was my point of view. Let me know yours. Let me know what your thoughts was on the game, who your man of the match was. Let me know if you feel like we can go to Palace or they're coming to us, I don't know, and get 3 points, man. But Manchester United are climbing upwards and onwards. 8th for the table now, man. Big gap against City, like at least 8 points or 9. It's sad. But you know what I mean? We can only take it one game at a time, man. So we move, man. Next game it is, man. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and support the team. Peace.